Good morning, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Yolanda Roos. We are here today. We're going to do a energy check-in, see what the guides have to say, see if there's anything they want you to continue to work on, anything that's hanging, whatever, we'll see. So I don't know what's going to come of the message, but this is a channel of well-being, healing, facilitated light to bring about awareness, to bring abundance and well-being into people's lives, to help us to be on the highest frequency we can be. Living in our true authentic life is the goal of this channel. Being able to help people, bring messages of things they might be having a problem with, hindrances, things of that nature. So I've gotten up, it's my day off, so I actually could do my video in the morning, which is what I prefer. It's cold. Things are starting to freeze over here in the northern hemisphere. I live in the mountains, so it's a little bit cooler here than it is lower, but that Arctic blast came through. So there could be energetically some things that are kind of like, you have to recalibrate, because now it went into this really warm section of life. Things were flowing, maybe it made you a little tired. Now we're going into the cold where it's supposed to be. So it's going to be a little bit of recalibrating in your life, because it might make you a little tired. It might make you having to finishing up allergies. We had a lot of allergies, which then triggers you to be able to get colds or susceptibility to flus and stuff like that. So take care of yourself. Continue to take vitamins if you're not, or if you are, and then consider taking vitamins. So with the flu season coming, it's not going to keep you from getting sick. It could, but it's going to keep you from staying sick or getting really bad, because your body then will have the extra vitamins and tools it needs to fight what's coming in. So we're going to start with the law of positivism. I'm just going to see what pops out. I don't see anything major other than 3-Eye Atlas. I'm going to look at the astrology and see what things are coming in. I'm probably going to do a little October check-in to see what's coming in this month, because we're at about, I think this is the 10th or 11th that we're recording it. But when it finds you, these are timeless messages, so don't worry about it. If it's a message that came through, popped up, even if it's a couple months, there must be something in here once we get done that your spirit guides want you to know, be aware of, or kind of a confirmation type of thing. So let's see what they want you to know. Spirit guides, angels, what messages do you have? Divine intervention, higher self. What do we have for the collective? All right, so we have, with my thoughts, I co-create with the universe. So being aware of your thoughts, what you're thinking on, what you're pulling into your universe. We are going into, from that quiet time, going into an active time. So what you're thinking on, and right now the veil is very thin as we get closer to All Hallows Eve, to All Saints Day. That is the thinnest point of the veil, which is why it's around spirits and ghosts and witches, and because they knew that was the thinnest point, and that's where they felt that because it was thin, that the spirits could wander around. I don't know, they're there, you can't stop them, but I think they can communicate more and connect with us on a more soul level, where we'll hear it possibly, or see it, or sense it in that nature. So this makes me feel that, be reminded that your thoughts can be very good or very toxic. So when you're thinking on things, make sure that you are thinking on what will help you. Get out of stinking thinking. Remove worry that you don't need to have. Because if your mind is cluttered around the things that are wrong, you may continue to keep it in your life. Think of solutions. Think of positive things. Think of future energy, because what you're manifesting comes from your thoughts, comes from your perceived reality. Okay, so know that if you want something different, you can bring it in, but also as a, not warning, but like be aware that what you're thinking on is what you're creating. And right now, there's a lot of stuff going on, and you could really be like preoccupied, or there could be a lot of stressors in your life because you could be dealing with a lot of things that are meant to be dealing with them, but it could be a little heavy, and it could get you a little down. Hopefully not too down. Deal with it. Remember, with your shadow work, you need to, when it's coming up, don't push it down. Deal with it. Look at it, feel it. Even if you have to go in your room and cry, I don't care. It's not going to hurt anybody. Deal with the things that are bubbling up, that the universe, that God, the creator, wants you to deal with. Your spirit guides could be helping you to bring things up, because that could be something that's blocking you. So be ready to continue on that path, because as you clear all that stuff, you can manifest. Now, manifestation works better when you're not desperate for it. So if you are specifically trying to work on something, you kind of have to raise your vibration. You have to be at a good place. You can't be in a toxic hole of, I don't know how to say it, like pissed offness or angry, or it's not going to manifest, or it's going to be distorted. You have to be at a good frequency. You have to have done your shadow work, be a higher frequency, know that you deserve it, because when you're in a higher frequency, you're going to feel like you deserve it. If you're in a lower frequency, or you're struggling, or you're hurting, you can manifest feeling better. Work on it in steps. If you feel like you want to create something, I'm not going to say this like you're stupid, because we're not. We're just going through, but you know whether you're vibrating high or low. You may want to tell yourself that you're vibrating high, but if you really are honest, if you're struggling with things, you're vibrating low, because it's holding you. It's not a good or bad thing. It's life. We're going to go through high and low vibrations depending on how we're dealing with things. How trauma is going to bring you down, not because there's something wrong with you, because you're having to deal with it. You're having to process it. It's almost like it's consuming. Those traumatic things consume your energy. So consider that. If people that you put around you are continually draining you because of the energy that they have, you need to start removing some of it or limiting it, because it is not going to help you. If you're on a mission to raise your vibration, be in your good life, be happy and abundant, you cannot be surrounding yourself every day, all the time, with people that are going to keep pulling you down to a lower vibration. And that hurts sometimes. Unless you want that vibration to be there, because those people are more important than being able to help or grow or get to a better place, that is your choice. But what I'm saying is, we need to consider the people that are around us. That's why they call them energy vampires. When they're toxic, when they want to pull people down, or they want to talk about things, they're in their own low vibration, but they're going to suck on yours, especially if you feed right into it, or you get yourself upset. They just took it. The media feeds you fear, propaganda, brainwashing. I'm not against people listening to the news, but please do not leave the news on and be so involved in it all the time, from media, from platforms, because you will get programmed, you will get brainwashed. And I'm not saying that what they're saying is wrong or right. I'm just saying you have to have a balance. If all you do is watch propaganda, or all you do is watch news, or all you do is argue about something, it's going to pull you down. It's going to hypnotize you. It's going to put you, because if you keep saying to somebody they're stupid, they're going to believe they're stupid at one point, because you're programming them. You keep saying it. You keep saying it. On TV, they say the same thing. And like my husband will watch it too. And I'm like, can we please put something else on? Because I can see, like, when you watch the news, it's designed so that when people put it on, they can see what's going on. So it's a repeat pretty much through the day. It's the same thing over and over and over. So if you're just leaving that news channel on and all you're doing is watching it, and you're getting yourself upset or whatever, there are some things you can do something about. The news and all that is going on, check it, be aware, and move on. If you want to be in a higher, free, vibrant frequency that's creating. If that's what you want and that's your passion, amen, go for it. But know that if it is stirring you up and making you angry and making you crazy and it's working. They're programming you, they're making you angry, and they're trying to create fear. So you have to choose. Do I want to live a life of fear, or do I want to live a life that's happy and free and I don't feel free, the fear of everything in my life? That's a choice. So I don't know who this message is for, but that's a choice. That's what came to me last night too. I was looking at things and I watched a video on the Hopi prophecy. So if you ever get a chance, it is really cool. It's coming. It's happening. Like literally, it's unfolding, and it's we're ushering in a new time. And it was funny because I'm just going to say one little thing because I don't want to go into that. That's a different thing. They are saying that we're going into the fifth world. We in the dimensional world, we're going into the fifth dimension. So there's so many cool things that are correlating and coming together. If you get a chance, I'm actually going to pick up a book and read about it because it's Hopi theology, but it goes all the way back to Lemuria and Atlantis. Really cool if you get a chance to look into it. So back on subject, be careful what you're putting in and programming your mind with. If you're watching things all the time and it's consuming you, maybe step back a little bit. Watch your news, watch your shows, whatever it is. And then add things in, or get away from social media, get away from the electronic. I do a channel that's meant to heal you. I try not to do it for too long so that you can watch it and go on and get a little tidbit, get a little inspiration, get a little, oh, maybe I need to work on that, and help you, okay? But if you become so consumed with your phone or the TV or just something too much, if anything's all the time in your life, there's an adjustment that needs to be made. That's what I just got. If you work all the time, you need to adjust it. If you sit all the time, you need to adjust it. If you're spending all the time or you're shopping all the time, you probably need to adjust it. Listen, I love to shop, but I give myself a certain amount of time to look. I put parameters on myself because I didn't want to fall into something or lose something, but I still enjoy looking because I look at my phone to shop, to see what's going on. I look at the astrological things. I follow YouTube for certain sciences and archaeology. I'm weird. I love science as much as I love what I do here. So I use the platform to try to get knowledge, but it doesn't mean that everything on there is completely correct unless it's from the books or, and even then, we've found that history has shown that it's been twisted, it's been turned to make it look favorable for one or the other. So be discerning when you're learning. Be open, but also use your intuition. So if you're researching or doing things, or you're following a cause, I don't know how to say it without sounding stupid, or whatever, if you're following something or you are gung-ho about something, my intuition is telling me to tell you, make sure you know all the facts. Make sure you know what you're supporting. Make sure you know what you're behind, how you feel, why do you feel that way, why do you support them. It's not about causing doubt in you. It's about making sure that you are where you're supposed to be, and you're there because you want to be there. This is a channel of authenticity. This is a channel of being in your own path and believing things because you believe it, not because you've just always done it. That's the sociology of life, when we believe because it's what we've been trained, it's what we've been doing. That's why when we had the internet and the access, the planes brought us to different people. We were aware and brought aware of different societies, different norms, different places. That's sociology. So your sociology could be feeding the need to be in something. Open your mind, open your soul, do your research, even if you go to church. This is what I was told, and this is how I feel. But this is to my heart. When somebody is preaching something to you, especially religion that deals with your soul, your goals after death and things of that nature, be sure that you read the material. Be sure that you agree with what they're saying. Don't follow anything blindly. Please, 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 please. If that's the only thing you take from this, Don't follow blindly. Make sure that if somebody's saying something and something in your mind says, I don't know, or, well, I guess so, the pastor said it, and or the preacher said it, or the priest said it, or the Catholic, I think he's a priest, or the rabbi. If you feel something's not sitting right, there's a chance that your intuition is connected to the divine, to your spirit guides, and they're saying, wait, Lonnie, that's not, you better look into that. You better make sure, or this path isn't for you. Don't feel like you have to do something because this is what I've always done. This is what my mom does. This is what you do. If your heart is telling you something's not right, or your heart is feeling like you need to add this or take this away, consider it. Your heart space, not your irrational fight or flight emotions, your heart space is what's connected to the divine. Okay? Because the divine is compassion. The mind is rules, regulations, and things that you're taught and learn while you're here on earth. And your mind makes all the functions and things happen in your body. So it's very mechanical. It's very just so. Your heart is like, whoa, it's out there. It understands things. It feels things. That's why the heart in your body is the center. If it stops, you're not going no more. Your heart is the center, is the focal point. And your heart actually has different type of muscles. You have electroconductive muscle in your heart. It's the only organ in your body. It has a different muscle. I learned that in my biology class when I took it in college. Your heart has different muscle structure because it's meant to receive the charge, because it's an organ that does this. It beats, but it works with the brain and here. And when they shock you, they're shocking your heart. They're turning your heart back on because it's an electrical component. That's why when you wear crystals, when you wear anything that can be charged, sometimes magnets will help you because they cause, we have an electromagnetic field around us. We have an aura. We have energy running through us. And our soul that comes in is the spark of life that comes in to make us go this. That's why I say to you, your heart is the center spot. Listen to it. It's the connection to your soul, the connection to the divine. And that heart and that space there is designed to help you navigate where your brain has been told what it's supposed to do from the outside, but your heart is connected to what is ultimately connected to divine, connected to what's right and wrong, connected. That's why innately, that's why they say in the Bible, we have an innate understanding that there's something bigger than us, that there's a God. Everybody's born with it because your heart is turned on and your body is moving because of the spirit that comes from there. So that's why you're connected and you know about it. But sometimes we ignore it. Free will. Okay, so you don't have to. That choice gives us freedom and makes us a little stupid sometimes too. Or, but then what would life be if everybody told you what to do? It wouldn't be life. It'd just be a robot. We have AI. We don't need any more of them. We have people that's going on. So I said, I don't know where these messages come from. So I'm just telling you what's coming to me. That's how I read. I read energy. So I hope that this will help you to see or be enlightened, to be more aware of the things that you're just accepting. Don't just accept blindly. Understand. If you're worried about the government, do your research. Don't just listen to the TV. Do your research. If you're worried about politics, how they're doing it, research the people. If you're worried about religion, where you're going, go and learn about religion. If you worrying about something that's going on in another country, well, research it. Don't just take one source's thing and say, I think all those people are this way, or why are they doing that? Research, pray, meditate, do something that's going to give you something more than just what somebody else wants you to believe or know, because there could be more to the thing, and you might actually enjoy looking for the information. I'm a knowledge seeker, so I go down the rabbit trails, but I learned so much stuff, and my mind takes things, and I have a logic mind, so I could have been a good doctor. I just didn't, that wasn't my place. But I can take one thing, this thing, and this thing, and my mind will go, ooh, they're connected. And it's like I had one last night or the night before, and I was like, oh my gosh, Joe, I was telling him, he's like, oh, your voice is so high. I was like, I can't help it, I'm excited, because I had learned something, and it correlated like a bunch of things I had been doing. So maybe something's going to happen with you where something's going to come, and it's going to be like the, oh my gosh, and you understand something. That's enlightenment, because sometimes we don't realize it, and when something finally clicks or downloads and it connects and you're like, oh my gosh, that's the feeling. It's awesome. So knowledge is very important. Like I say, don't be ignorant. Don't be, and ignorant is that you're not aware. It's not that you're stupid. It's that you haven't experienced it. You haven't been shown. Learning can be very cool, especially if you're learning about something you want to know. All right, so we have a couple other cards here. I have an energetic body and the power to transform myself and my life. Yeah, you're all energy. So all the things that you do come back to what you pull in, what you allow in your aura, what you go. You are an energy source. And that's why also you can be found, because you're an energy source. When you go with infrared lights, you glow. You literally glow, so they can find you. They can see you in a satellite in your house. I mean, you put off energy, and that there's certain things and like infrared that will pick up on it. So you are an energetic body. You are alive. You are vibrating, and because energy has a vibration, it has a frequency. So know that you have the ability to change and transform your life. You've got the ability for manifestation, and remember, getting on the right frequency so that you can pull in the things that you want. You are energy, but you can be put out, or you can be energized higher, you know, depending on what you're doing. As I heal my mind, I heal my body. So much like we just said. You cannot be disturbed in here and not think it's going to affect everything in your body. You have to heal your body. You have to be a well-being person. Any spiritual guru person, I'd never heard of them really being sick, because they've released dis-ease. They have dealt with the things, not that they didn't ever have it, but usually that's why they become a spiritual guru type of person, or they become, look what I did, because I cleared my mind. I released things. I started eating better. I started healing my body. Like, they chose to heal their body. And when you heal your body, and your body's in a beautiful state of homeostasis, it's moving, it's functioning, it's doing what it's supposed to, your vibration goes through the roof. You can hear things. You can be, that's why in the Jewish culture, they didn't believe in eating contaminated foods, because they wanted to be pure. They wanted to be whole. They wanted to be healthy, because they were more of a receptor to receive the information and to be close to God. They respected their body. They respected what they ate. They wanted to be clean and whole and holy. And that's where we need to be. We've forgotten that this is a temple. Our soul from the heavens is living in this cage. It is a cage, but we choose how we take care of it. So we can live a long, prosperous life and feeling well if we choose it, or we can keep destroying our body, and then eventually we deteriorate to a point that at the end of our life we're just like hurting and in pain, or we're dying of illnesses and sicknesses. There are some outside factors, there are some things, but most things come from here, because this is what regulates everything in your body. This is what releases hormones that hurt you when you get stressed. There's pheromones that release from your body. So you have to get your mind good. You have to get your body straight. You can't put toxic things in your body. That includes, and I'm sorry, it is what it is, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, toxic foods. You can have them in limitation, but they are not good for your body. If you have a little glass of wine every day, that's probably not going to hurt you, because it's a little glass. It's more like microdosing, and it's not going to be the same way. But if you're going to drink a whole bottle every day, it's not going to be good for you. If you're going to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day, you're going to be okay. You're probably going to survive, but it's not good for you. It's hurting your lungs. It's causing your body to have to work extra to heal it. It's an addiction. I can't tell you to stop. You have to choose to stop. Drugs. Drugs are going to take your mind, your body, They're going to take everything from you because it's an addiction. You're going to want more and more and more. Sex. You can have too much sex. You can be addicted to sex and having that intimacy, and you don't allow your body to ever have quiet time, or you're connecting with people's energy on such an intimate level all the time, you're draining your own energy. I'm not saying sex is bad, but when you're doing it all the time, especially with different partners, it is your choice. I don't care what you do, but it's going to drain your energy. So if you're trying to vibrate at a higher level, you should be careful how many partners, or especially different partners, you're having in your life on a regular basis, because you could be, not everybody, you could be giving your energy away or draining yourself. And energy will cause like holes in your aura. You might not... It could open you up to things. So be careful. That's all I'm saying. It's not about a religion thing. It's about an energy transfer thing. Be careful you're not giving your energy to everybody, because it will drain you. Okay? So heal the body and the mind together, because the mind and the body, they kind of mirror each other. Okay? So if you're sick with something, there could be something you need to deal with. There could be something that you have stuck in your mind, in your body, that needs addressing. There is illnesses that come, but a lot of times you can really live a better life if you start taking care of your temple, okay? And that includes weight. I'm not talking about fat, skinny, beautiful, your weight determines a lot of your diseases. So if you can find a way to bring your weight to a more reasonable weight, you don't need to be a twig, okay? But your weight will trigger certain metabolic things that don't work as good when you're carrying more weight than you're supposed to. I accept my life exactly as it is. This is the living day to day. This is where you're at. It's not that you're accepting it and you're not going to do anything, but you're not going to cry and you're not going to make yourself miserable. At this moment, this is my life. What am I going to do to change it? What am I going to actively think on? Am I going to cry and whine and be upset, or am I going to brag to everybody so I can say, oh, look how beautiful I am. I'm so awesome with my little Michael Kors pocketbook. And listen, I'm not against pocketbooks, but them girls wear them pocketbooks to show you I'm rich. You're not. Nobody needs a $100 pocketbook. That just happens to be something they like. Okay, but are you ego, or are you allowing things to be what brings you down? Like if you are always resentful of that person that has the Michael Kors pocketbook, you're probably not going to get it because you're resentful. You're festering on the fact that you don't have something that somebody else has. But did you try to do something different? Did you try to change your life? Did you make some choices? They may have made a choice that they live in a life where they make more money, so they have a pocketbook. They could envy you because they wish they had the freedom to be able to go and have fun and maybe have a family or whatever. Because if they're about a business professional or they live in a certain life, because just because you have those pocketbooks and a lot of money does not guarantee happiness. Happiness is not derived from money. So when you have the life you have, the goal is to make the best of it at that moment. And if you don't like where you're at, what are you going to do to change it? What are you going to manifest? Because you got manifesting. It's saying that you're the power. And then it's saying heal your body. So if you don't like where you're at, get your body right. Get your mind right. And figure out how you're going to get there. If you want something different, there's nothing wrong with wanting something different. It's that you have to realize that it doesn't just poof into existence. We don't have no genies. I'm watching a show about genies. We don't have no genies. We don't have... And magic, okay. We need to talk about magic quick. Magic is the energy of the earth. You either have the power to harness it or you don't. And I'm not against people that practice witchcraft, because I think there's a lot of things I do that kind of is considered witchcraft. But when you need to go to witchcraft to punish somebody because they did something, or I think it's evil for evil. When you put out evil, you're going to get back evil. When you are trying to punish somebody, it's none of your business. You can protect yourself. That's one thing. But to do things to people or to make people love you, honey, don't do witchcraft to find your love, okay? You are going to get somebody that's like, oh, I'll love her if she wants to, on the spirit realm. Like, I'll come in and love her, but then I'm going to abuse her. I'm going to like do this. Or the girl come in and she will use you or she will hurt you. You cannot use witchcraft to bring your love in, okay? Sorry, this is the elements. You need to make people healthy, make remedies to heal them, make spells that will help them to be calm, send out love, you know, protection, so that when they're walking, that something on the dark side isn't going to help them. But when you become vengeful with your witchcraft, it doesn't make you powerful, it makes you stupid. Okay, because what you put out is what's going to come back. So if you're wishing bad on somebody and your life still keeps staying miserable, it's because you're mirroring. You're sending out shit. You're going to get back shit. Okay? Be careful when you use magic. You're just harnessing the energy of the earth. You're harnessing the energy of source. All energy comes from source. It comes from the divine. It's created by him. How you use it is what makes it different. You're not, you know, you can be magical all you want, but if you're hurting people, it's not going to do any good. It's not going to help you. Even if you work in the demon world, take care of yourself. Stop worrying about hurting everybody else and stirring shit up and, oh, poor me, I didn't get everything I wanted, so I'm going to go put a spell. I'm going to melt some wax and stuff. Okay, you can get mad at me all you want. You can't take your anger with your magic, because your magic can be powerful. It can be dangerous. It can be very, very potent, especially when you're angry. It's on frequency. It's on energy. Be careful doing that stuff when you're angry. Please. That's all I'm saying. Just a little disclaimer. Be careful. Don't hurt yourself because you're trying to hurt somebody else. There are bad people in the world, because all of us have free will to choose what we want to do, when we want to do it, and how we want to do it. That's why when you live in a world that's created by God, there is pedophiles, there's cancer, there's all these things, because we choose to live a life that might bring cancer. We choose to hurt people because it's our choice. We choose the things we do. God doesn't put us on the earth and say, okay, now you got to do this, 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 and this, and it's all going to be this way, and we're all going to love each other, and I'm going to love you, so you're going to love me. That's not how it works. He puts you here and says, okay, you want to learn some stuff? I'm going to be here. This is the world I created. You chose to come in here. I'm here if you need me. I'm going to protect you and look over you if you want me to protect you, but I'm just going to stand here if you don't want me. God doesn't make you pull him in. He doesn't make you love him. He doesn't make you come to church. He doesn't make you be a spiritual person. That is you. You have the free will to create the most beautiful or the most devastating life. We are all born into certain things. We will experience certain things. We chose to be in there. And if you've been in a very bad, terrible situation, you chose it. Because there's something you're going to do to alchemize it, to help somebody, to change it. If there's something that's been happening and you get born into it, there's a good chance you're supposed to help change it. Bring awareness. Don't feel sorry for yourself all the time. Know that you came in with a spiritual team that was going to help you, guide you, and get you through the mission that you chose to do on this earth to help humanity. So if you take yourself out of the victimhood and put yourself into, I'm going to do something to change this. That's why right now there is a lot of activism that is actually very good. They're fighting for freedom. They're fighting for protection. They're fighting for rights. That's good. The violence, that's not so good, but that comes because everybody has free will. They're going to look at it differently. So take your time, heal your body. It looks like what they want you to do is to be manifesting the life you want. Realize that you can't change too much. It is what it is. Know that you have the energy within you. You're the source. Take care of your body, amplify your energy, and manifest the energy you want. The thing with manifestation, like I said, you can't be desperate for it. You have to want it, knowing that the universe can provide it. And let it be. You can put your boards up. You can remind yourself. You can put it up so that the universe knows, oh, this is what she likes to look at. This is what she wants. Oh, I hit the thing. She's trained to bark at knocking doors and horns. Mimi, it's okay. So we'll get one last finishing card. We'll see what comes out. All right, so the finishing card is air and motion. Yes, baby. This is the energy that we are now in. It is freedom, communication. It is winter. And see, those clouds look pretty intense with the horses, if you can see them running through. This is about movement. It's about change. It's about going toward the things you want, feeling free enough to go after the things you want. You are in an energy of air, and that's what they are reminding you of. You are in movement, freedom, spacing, growing, expanding, resetting up, destroying what's not working and resetting up. It's winter. It's recalibrating. It's quiet. It's healing. It's refiguring what you're going to do to make your life be what you want it to be. So use this energy, this time, to continue to heal your body. This is why I think they're saying be as you are. Right now is a healing time. There's nothing you can do about it. If you try to make things happen in a time when the whole world, because I do collective readings, I don't do individual, I do them personally, but like this channel is everybody. So everybody is in a moment of heal yourself, bring your vibration up, figure out, okay, this is where I'm at. Yeah, I can't change it right now. What are you going to do to change it? Where would you like to go? What life are you trying to manifest? Know that this is a quiet time. We're in limbo. And when you're in limbo, it means you're not going anywhere. You don't really know where you're going there. You whatever's behind you is kind of done. So you're kind of just like, okay, where am I supposed to be? This is a limbo time for the whole world because the new earth has not come in. The new energy has not come to be. It's coming. Almost here. You have to take care of yourself. I told you before, if you've watched the videos, you need to get your life in order because what's coming is very powerful, very life transforming. And if you are not stable, it is going to break you. Literally, it's going to crush you. And then you're going to have to start from down here instead of maybe here. Okay, so you're going to all get there. But if you're not ready, it's like that final thing, like, okay, down in the dirt. You're going to have to figure it out. And then you're going to recalibrate from the bottom up, which is going to possibly push you down in vibration instead of shove you up. So if you're in a place where you're getting your mind good, you're taking care of your body, you're trying to balance, you're trying. Not that you're perfecting, you're trying. You're going to be raising your vibration every time you try and you're succeeding and you're learning. And then once this thing comes in, you could be like shifted right up because you're in a good frequency to receive what's coming in because the new frequency, it's high. Fifth dimensional energy is high. It's a vibration of the heart and the space and compassion and love and humanity and growing as a unit together, not the separate thing. It's growing together. So this frequency is so high because usually when you're elevated and you're working toward humanity and you're not thinking of the self, you're at a higher frequency, which is when you can also speak to spirit, speak to your angels, speak to the people. You have come to a higher vibration. But if you're at the low vibration, it's going to be oppressive. It's going to agitate you, or it's going to make you feel compressed and you're not going to be able to move. You're going to feel very heavy in a very high frequency area. So take care of yourself. Get your body right. Get your mind right. Get the counseling you need. Do your shadow work. Make sure you're eating as good as possible. You don't have to eat perfect all the time, but eat as good as possible. Drinking your fluids, getting out in nature. Really, 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 before the snow falls, try to get your feet on the ground. Try to touch your plant. Put plants in your house and touch them. Literally, put your hand on them because there is a frequency that the earth gives that heals you. If you can put your feet on the earth, even better. But it could be too cold. So, keep your plants around. Go out and get your fresh air. Still walking out in it and getting the fresh air is going to be better than not. That's why when you get closed in and people that are sick and they get closed in, that's why sometimes it takes longer to get better because they're not receiving any of that earth energy to continue to heal them. If you're working and you're going in and out of the home, you're going to be receiving earth energy, solar energy. But when you're stuck in a home, that's why it's important to get out, even if you don't like people. Get out because it's going to make more depression and more things. So, guys, I hope this helped you. I know it's little random, but that was the message that came through. You're manifesting your life. You need to get your stuff together. Take care of your body overall, and you'll be working toward the manifesting life that you want. Have a great day, guys.